Good morning. I hope you're ready for a little showing around. Today we are at the Big Piney Trail in the Mark Twain National Forest in southeast Missouri. So I'm at my campsite about to do a little hiking, and I thought I would bring you along. You can see it easily fits my Sprinter van. It's a relatively primitive campsite with no water or AC hookup, but you do get a picnic table, a fire ring, and access over here to a bathroom that somebody, I think, is cleaning. There's 5 sites overall in the campground. If this campground is full, which with 5 sites is possible, there's another nearby campground called the Patty Creek Campground. It would also give you fairly easy access to the trail, and this trail allows horse riding. As you can see, here's a hookup. It looks like this guy is here to mow the grass. And the bathroom. You can stay for up to 14 nights at this particular campground. It's a national forest, so of course boondocking is also allowed, if that should be your style. Oh. The Big Piney Trail. This is about an 18-mile trail. I don't think we're going to do all of it today, but we'll do as much as we can. We'll see. It's about 10 a.m. right now, and as you can probably see, it's pretty cloudy out, so my electrical panels are not pulling as much as I had hoped, so my camera is not as fully charged as I had hoped, but we'll see how much we can get. So far it seems to be a pretty nice trail, well maintained. I do see evidence that it is frequently used by the horseback riders. So, but there was nobody at the hitching area this morning, so I think perhaps we have the trail to ourselves. And looks like there's a little pond up here. It looks a little brown. So I'm guessing its name is Little Brown Pond, given the naming traditions on the Big Piney Trail. If you come to the area, there is a Big Piney brewery, and I highly recommend their black walnut wheat beer, which is incredibly tasty. Look at just how straight and long this is. You can see how this timber out here would be pretty valuable. The canopy is way up there. So here, maybe about 10 or 15 minutes in, we find our first backpacker campsite. Looks like someone has helpfully even already loaded it up with some wood. And the sun hasn't really burned off the fog, so you can't really see, but you're treated to some pretty nice views from the top of this ridge. This is on the south loop of the trail. If you'll notice, back at the trailhead, we had the option to go left or to go right. And I went left, which is a habit that I developed traveling through airports, because most people go right, so you end up with shorter lines if you choose left when faced with a left-right decision. And thus we are on the road less traveled by, which perhaps gives me a good opportunity to talk to you a little bit about the channel. I had been posting a few videos on this channel so far, sort of learning the platform and my equipment, how to use it, with a plan to start in earnest posting videos this month, as I had planned to be living in Buenos Aires for September and then traveling around South America during the fall. That obviously has not and did not happen. So I am regrouping a little bit. As part of the regrouping, I bought the Sprinter van that you saw earlier, which will probably be the topic of the next video. And am planning on taking that around North America for a while. Ideally, the Mexican land border will open up before too long, and I'll be able to go down into Mexico, and the Canadian land border will be able to take it to some to some Canadian national parks as well, and explore a little bit in my Sprinter van, since we won't be exploring Argentina and South America. So that's kind of changed the direction, and that's why I haven't had any videos for a while now, as I sort of was regrouping from the change in plan from the initial plan of doing South American travel videos to more US-based travel log. So thanks for bearing with me, and I hope you enjoy it. I certainly am enjoying my view up here. Down here we have another little dispersed camping campsite. It seems to me, if you wanted to hike in and do some camping, this trail and forest would be an absolutely lovely place to do so, except for the fact that, other than the little brown pond, I've not seen much water that you could access. So you would have to pack in not only water for drinking and cooking and cleaning, but also if you plan to use a solar shower, I don't know that you'd want to use the little brown pond water. 2 nights ago. I heard some coyotes singing out here. Definitely heard some big things rustling in the brush. Although everything has been steering pretty clear of the campsites. This one might be my favorite of the campsites so far. Nice and flat. Nice view. All right. I decided to turn around and start heading back, as I do not know how far it takes. I assume, since the trail's called the Southern Loop, that I'd eventually loop back to where I started. But how long the Southern Loop is unclear to me. The whole Big Piney Trail I read was 18 miles. But I don't know if this is just a section of it or if it would have been a whole 18-mile hike around. So I decided that I would instead take the route that I know how long it is, which is just to turn around and to hike back out. When I do get back out, I think I will probably lock down my van, so it takes a bit of securing things before I drive it, and then head into town to buy some supplies. And I think I'm going to treat myself to maybe trying to find a little local restaurant and buying lunch instead of making it for myself at the campground. So I'm about to hit some uphill sections here. I'll save you from having to hear me struggle up them. And I'll see you guys back at the campsite. Okay, and we should just about be back. Hearing some voices, so I think some more people are arriving at the trail. Yeah, and it looks like they're, got a spider. There's my campsite. Looks like the other people are still here.